What's up, you guys? It is Margot and I am so excited to be back sitting here with you guys because today I'm going to be talking all about college. You guys seem to eat up all of the college content, which I'm so happy about because I miss talking about it. If you guys have watched my videos before, you know that I'm very passionate about my college. I go to Syracuse University. I'm gonna be a junior. College is literally the best time. I have my absolute best friends there. I love being independent, and obviously I'm learning so much, not only in my classes, but also just about myself, how to live by myself. But probably the hardest thing that I've had to learn is how to live in a dorm. That is why I'm coming to you guys today in partnership with probably my favorite company of all time. So I'm freaking out on the inside, and I hope you guys are as excited about this partnership as I am because it means so much to me that they were actually interested in doing it. Drum roll, please. Amazon! I am partnering with Amazon today to talk to you guys about some dorm survival tips. Dorms are like a whole new world, so I figured that Amazon would be the perfect company to work on this video with because it's literally a one-stop shop, and they also have school supplies. So I curated a selection of products that you guys can find on a storefront on Amazon, which I'll have linked down below, of some dorm essentials to help you survive living in a dorm, either your freshman or sophomore year, or junior or senior. I guess you can live in dorms all 4 years if you so choose. In this video, I am going to be giving you guys a little background on my experience living in dorms, and then I'm going to talk about some really important things that I think you guys should have, which are all on the storefront if you are interested in looking at those after. And then I'm going to be sharing some really helpful tips that my friends and I were brainstorming about. I will tell you about my experience. So at Syracuse University, you are required to live on campus as a freshman and sophomore. So that typically means dorms. Freshman year, I decided to go to Syracuse. Very last minute, I thought I was going to go to a different school. I'd already picked out the girl that I wanted to room with at the different school. So when I decided on Syracuse, I did not want to go through that whole process. Quite frankly, I thought finding someone on Facebook and doing that was kind of dumb, and also you're just judging them on like 10 pictures. That's just not fair to judge someone on that. I just decided to do random. Honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing random or picking a roommate. It can go great or not so great in either case. So you just have to go into the situation being really open-minded and friendly, and know that if you guys hit it off and you're best friends, that's amazing, but most of the time you just have to learn to live with a different person, which for me was a little bit difficult my freshman year. So Syracuse placed me in a triple my freshman year, which none of my other friends had. Basically, the triple was a converted study room, so the room was huge and I had a beautiful view, so I can't complain about that. But it was just this like open quarter of a circle basically, and then the 3 beds were kind of facing each other. I don't know how to do this with my hands. There was no walls or anything in between the beds, and it was also fluorescent lighting because it was supposed to be for a study room, so the lights were extremely bright. That's definitely like an unusual experience, but I was always like friendly with my roommates. And actually, second semester, one of my roommates left Syracuse, so it was just myself and this other girl in this huge room. But it got to a point where like we would only exchange like the most necessary words, and it was just really awkward. And I don't want that for you guys. I think that was just a really weird situation just because also we had totally different schedules. I would always try to go to bed around 11 during the week. She would come home sometimes at like 3 or 4 in the morning, turn on all the lights, like start watching TV. Oh my god, it was not good. Part of it though, I have to say, was kind of on me because I didn't say anything. I never like asked her to change it just because I was a scaredy cat and I should have said something obviously. But yeah, what was also different was I never really felt like I had the room to myself, because if she wasn't in class, she was just chilling in the room watching TV like out loud. Wasn't wearing headphones, which was an issue. So yeah, I essentially just lived in my friend's dorm freshman year, which was in the same building as me, but I would like wake up, go to class, come back from class, go straight to my friend's room with my backpack and everything, stay to my friend's room until like 11 p.m. at night, and then go to sleep in my room. So that was my freshman year, and I don't want that to scare you guys, just because that was a really weird situation. And I also think just like the way that the room was set up, all of us kind of like felt really awkward about the way that the room was set up, and it was hard to change. But that's such a different situation than like pretty much everyone. Usually you're just gonna have like a square room and figure it out. My sophomore year, totally different. I ended up rooming with one of my friends in my sorority that I had recently met because we rushed second semester at Syracuse, and oh my god, this girl became like my sister. Shout out JC, I love you. That girl knows everything about me. We got a dorm that we really wanted after doing some pushing. We got the dorm that we wanted. The room was really nice, and we just hit it off. I love that girl so much, and she made living in a dorm so much fun. Like, we didn't have that much space between the two of us, and both of us had a lot of crap, but I would always just look forward to coming home and talking to her. We could just talk for hours, and we each knew like everything about each other's lives. That was just such a good experience living in a dorm, and honestly I'm gonna really miss having someone like in my room that I can just hang out with all the time and just talk to about everything. I've obviously had really two different experiences, and I don't want them to scare you. I just kind of story time, you know? Okay, so now I'm going to go into more specific tips and then show you some products that I have up on the storefront with Amazon to show you what's kind of helped me with that. I wanted to pop in and tell you guys quickly about Student Prime. It is a program that Amazon has where Prime is 50% off for students after a free 6-month trial. You can also get exclusive discounts for college students. So all you need to sign up is just your .edu email address. As I said, I never really felt like my room was my own freshman year. And I think part of the reason was because I didn't spend enough time making sure that my space was really comfortable. I think I focused more on the decoration going into freshman year than actual comfort, which is something that I regret. I think that you guys should really try to make your dorm and your space a really cozy, safe space. So I'm gonna show you some products that I picked out that you guys should really consider getting, because I'm obsessed with these already and I've had them for like 2 weeks. First of all, this is the softest blanket you will ever, oh my god, get your hands on. Also, it's just this really cute neutral color, and you can just throw it in the wash, which is super important. You want to make sure everything is easy to wash at college. I'm gonna leave this on my lap for the rest of the video, even though I'm sweating right now. Oh my god. Something else that I recommend that you get just to make your whole like atmosphere and vibe really comfy and like a happy place for you is using essential oil. First of all, dorm rooms can get very dry, so in order to not get sick, I always used a diffuser second semester. I would put it on almost every night, and it really helped me sleep and just clear everything out, and I really never got sick last year. But these are one of the products that just really makes your room a cozy place and a really happy place to be, and it's just a good night's sleep blend. This next thing is, you guys are gonna think it's so OD, but I am so happy that I have this for myself now. A projector. This is actually, I think, a really cool thing for dorm rooms instead of having a TV in your room. So I've never had a TV in my room, but I always watch stuff on my laptop. I've gotten this exact projector for both of my older brothers, and they're both obsessed with it. When your friends are over, you can all just have like a big movie night, and it's like you guys are at the theater, but you're in your cozy dorm room with your cozy blankets. This you can literally get delivered to your dorm, and it's gonna be easier than anything else, and it's gonna save you so much time to do other fun stuff during the summer. Okay, next you are going to need school supplies. So Amazon actually does have a really good array of school supplies that I didn't even know before, but I think just moving into a dorm, it can be really stressful going into college if you don't feel like you're prepared with the right school supplies. So I think just going in knowing that you have stuff will make you feel a lot better. I'm gonna show you 2 things that I literally could not live without. First is this essential daily planner. You guys know I love my planners, and last year's planner just ended in June. So I moved on to this bad boy. I really like the way that this is organized. You guys will learn college is freaking crazy, and you need to understand how to make your own schedule and plan, and you can't forget about things. But holy crap, organizers have saved my life. My life. what? Organizers have saved my life. And then this has been the biggest game changer of all of college and just like writing things in general. These pens are amazing. It's so good. I just love it. It shows up really dark. Okay, I guess this is school supply, but also since we're just talking about being organized, for me, it didn't really work to have a wallet in college. I tried to do that like the first 2 weeks of school. I was finding that I was forgetting my wallet, forgetting my card, my student IDs, whatever. You always need your student IDs when you're in a dorm. That's also really important. Or your keys, or like however you get into the building. These have been life savers for me. You stick it onto the back of your phone. This is actually perfect, so I need to replace mine. And you can put so many cards in. I have 7 cards in here, so I can put everything that I need to survive in these. I've talked about this in my college essentials, but now I've linked them directly in the storefront, so you can check them out there. But definitely go to college with that because it's gonna save your life. Next, we're going to talk food, which I don't really know if I thought about this going into freshman year, but it's definitely important. The way that I've done it for the past few years that's worked out for me living in a dorm is I just had a bin that I put all of my snacks in. One, you should always have healthy snacks. Sometimes the dining hall is just not gonna be good, or you're not gonna have time to go to the dining hall before class, or you're gonna want snacks in between classes, whatever. Have healthy snacks. Something that I always keep in my room is oatmeal, peanut butter, frozen fruit. Don't be that person with like nasty smelling food. Obviously food has different smells, but just like eat it in the dining hall or eat it in the common area where it's not gonna all like be stuffy in one room. Oh my god, so gross. Something else that is so important is you are always going to be thirsty in your dorm. Something that you need. Please get this, and please don't buy water bottles every day because people would do that and it hurt my heart. Get reusable water bottles. I really like this one from Camelback because it just opens like so, and that's super easy to clean, whereas the Camelbacks that you have to like squeeze can get a little nasty if you don't have like a dishwasher, which you won't in a dorm. Just always carry this around. Also, you can customize it, like throw some stickers on here. Having a reusable water bottle is going to save you. Something else that is so important is having a reusable hot like cup. I love this thing. Essentially, it's just a tumbler that has 2 different tops, and then it comes with 2 or 3 straws. It can either keep things hot or cold. For me, I always like to have tea or coffee in the morning, and I would just make that in my dorm. Okay, so that was all of the product advice stuff that I'm gonna give you. Now I'm just gonna give you guys a bunch of general tips that my friends and I came up with. So hopefully you have a notepad out by now because I think this will be very helpful. Something that literally everyone said when I asked them what their advice is for living in a dorm is keep it clean. This is for a few reasons. 1, it'll look bigger. 2, think about a dorm. It's literally all of your belongings that you have at college in one space. So it's very easy to have things disheveled or messy or whatever, but you really want to keep it in place because that's your place. Like that's your spot on campus and that's your home for the year. And if it's messy, it's gonna make your brain so scattered, it's gonna be hard to study. So part of that is making your bed every day. I think making your bed every day, more importantly, other than keeping your room clean, is you never freaking know when people are coming into your dorm. My biggest pet peeve is when people come over and they sit on my like sheets. I hate that, and it makes me feel so dirty, and like I do my sheets the next day. I literally could not care less for people sitting on my duvet or my comforter or whatever. That's totally fine with me, but I just always had to make sure that my bed was made because I never knew who was coming in or out of the dorm. So this can be a little bit awkward, but it's so important that you have good communication with your roommate. Obviously, that's something that I was lacking freshman year, and I think it made our relationship and our time in the room worse than it needed to be. Something that Syracuse does that I'm sure all colleges do is RAs, which are resident advisors. So they're older students that live on your floor and are there for you guys for whatever you need. But at the beginning of the year, typically like 2 or 3 weeks in, You have a meeting with your roommate and your resident advisor at a set time, and you go over ground rules. So some of them are super basic, but then they also get into questions that you should just stand up for yourself right away. Like, I'm sure they asked, do you guys have a preference for what time you go to bed? And me trying to just please everyone, I was probably like, no, like, I don't really care, like, they can stay up and keep the lights on, whatever. I should have just put my foot down and said, I really would appreciate if after 11 on weekdays, you guys could use your lamps instead of like the big lights. My last thing is just about clothes. Don't overpack clothes. It's so easy to, I know, especially if you're going to college for the first time, you probably just want to bring everything. Just honestly stick with the basics. Bring what you need for each season. Like when I go up in August, I'm not going to be bringing my down jacket. I'm going to wait and then have my parents bring it up, or bring it up after Thanksgiving or whatever. Just be smart about it. You never really know how much storage you're gonna get until you move in. So I'd so much rather just bring the clothes that I know I'm gonna wear a ton, and then if I have room for more clothes, I'll go home and bring more up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I was talking a ton, but living in a dorm is kind of crazy if you've never done it before. Honestly, I'm very grateful that I'm gonna be living in an apartment next year, but you guys obviously know by now that I've had 2 completely different experiences with living in a dorm. You guys are going to kill it if you're living in a dorm. Of course, if you have any questions about my experience or any advice you might want, leave it in the comments below and I will definitely get back to you. Make sure you check out my storefront on Amazon. Again, this is like a dream come true that I'm working with Amazon. I love you guys so much and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and follow my Instagram. Love you and have an amazing day.